Yo, mic's alive. We're good to go. So yeah, right. Let's try this again. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick.
What up? What up? This is Gift Revolver chilling with the whole crew over here at Super Audio Network representing.
Yep.
Right, we got chicken sandwiches on fire over here. Yeah, what up?
What's up? Supreme Logic. Cartoonist artist. Let me say that one more time. Supreme Logic, cartoonist artist, Duarte, SGV. Chilling with the homies right here.
Yes. You know who these assholes are, right?
Yeah.
Your left.
The biggest asshole in the world.
Yeah. So we're talking about a lot of cool shit off camera, and we'll get back into that too. But for starters, I just want to let people know how talented and how dope these individuals are. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Supreme Logic, Gift Revolver. So this is going to be a visual episode, so you are going to want to watch the screen and check out all the dope artwork. We will be breaking it down. But out the gate, Gift, go ahead and tell them what it is you've been doing, what you are doing, and who you've done it for.
Word, damn.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
Take a deep breath.
Go down.
It might be long.
Yeah.
Go down the list.
Yeah. Take a deep breath. Take it easy.
You scratching myself? Yeah. So what am I saying, bro?
That was a lot to drop on it, right? That was a lot. All right, let's run it back.
Too much.
Yeah,
All right, so first of all, I guess just let these people know some of the clients that you've worked for.
Yeah, all right, so I don't even know what the fuck to look at. So I got down with Killer Army recently.
Nice.
Ninth Prince, Killer Army.
Hell yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I did some Czarface comic book work that came out.
Nice.
The Perceptionist.
Oh,
I
dope.
did a Big Pun project.
Nice.
Damn, who else? I rock with my homeboy Midas.
Right. Hell yeah.
Planet Asia.
Planet Asia. Zarism from Dockside Music Group. Did something with them. Let's see, I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
I mean, shit, that's already an impressive slew of artists. You know what I'm saying? That's a good list. I mean, to have as far as clients that you've worked with. So I wanted to ask, like, for starters, obviously you're a fan of these individuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hip hop being at the core of what we do. At one point, were you doing music yourself before you branched off into doing graphic work?
Yeah, actually, me and my brother, we used to spit. We used to spit under the name Sons of Man.
No. Sons of Man. Sons of Earth.
Oh, Sons of
Sons of
Earth.
Earth.
Sons of Earth.
Hey, that real shit, bro.
Sons of Earth.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I'm trying to shake off the nerves right now.
Look, just ignore all the shit, bro.
Yeah,
it's just we're right chilling. Matter of fact, let me get a beer. Go ahead. When do you guys take it from here?
But so we used to go ahead, dude.
We started off like early 2000s, probably rapping since like the late 90s.
Nice.
We just had a little thing going just for the love of it, really.
Yeah.
And we had like minor aspirations of making it, quote unquote. But ultimately it was for the love of it. And when we went through several phases and we started getting good, this guy is very talented, but it kind of fizzled out. I guess it was a long phase, but now we're just doing what we're good at as well, which is drawing. So, I guess, like we said earlier, everyone wants to rap. Everyone's a rapper nowadays.
Yeah.
But, we did it, but we're doing what we love even more. You know what I'm saying?
Did you feel that, like, in the graphic scene, like, you're like, yo, we could fucking murder this. Like, yo, like, yeah, we are dope.
I think it can.
Of course.
And it was like, yeah, dive in head first into this shit.
Are you talking about the drawing or rapping?
Drawing.
Drawing. I've been drawing since I was. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I guess the question is more like. You guys started off doing the music stuff. Obviously, you guys been drawing for a while because no one is that fucking good overnight. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. So you guys were doing drawings and illustrations as you guys were doing music, and obviously you guys drew your own shit, right?
Yeah.
So where can we find that? Let's dig that up.
Well, let's dig
that shit
well, just
up.
a little side note as far as him asking, like, if you think you're talented or dope. I mean, think about music and art. Like music, like you either good or you're not.
Yeah.
So when it comes to drawing and art,
that was your fuerte.
It's right there. See, if you're talented, you're talented. Can't nobody say that you're
that's,
not good.
That's what I really love about art is like, it's either keep the pencil in your hand or put that shit down, son.
Yeah,
like
one or the other.
Yeah, it's not.
But what made you guys transition from rapping to drawing?
Well, myself and he's been drawing for years since we're like 7 or 8 years old.
You drew first. He actually drew first.
I did everything first, and he came in after me and did it better.
So
I
did everything he did.
Just like the East Coast invented it, we perfected it, sort of thing.
Oh, word.
You know.
So wait,
Older bro did it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
got it down.
just to go back into that. So you guys were doing music. You guys were a fan of music. Obviously, a fan of comic books and things like that.
I think
The Todd
me more
McFarlane's-
so than him though. He's more.
I've never been a
sports,
big
Lakers
comic
and
book
shit.
guy.
Oh,
I kind of
shit.
drank him.
Like
Oh, word?
I wrote his comic book, Gift Revolver comic book. We got 3 issues out. I wrote all 3,
Nice.
but I've never been in the comics.
So-
I don't buy comics. I don't read comics.
So you were a
I don't know if that's
stronger.
weird.
Say that one more
Would you
time.
ever draw
So
him
with
into a comic?
the hip hop
That's the plan.
shit, you were a
That's the plan.
stronger
But
he
writer
doesn't know it.
in terms
No,
of
he
in
knows
terms
that.
of writing bars and writing the songs. Were you the better MC, the better writer, or
You know, I
go ahead, call him out, bro? He said he was a
I-
better drawer than you.
I think. Okay, as far as artists, I think
Shots.
he surpassed me in both.
Nice.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I don't know,
He
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I influenced
Thanks
him.
for tuning in.
See you later. Gonna get a chicken sandwich. No, I influenced him, and then he saw what I was doing, and he did his, and he just took it to. I mean, I know it's how fucking cliche it sounds, but he took it
No,
to
no,
another
no.
level.
But it's dope because then it kind of inspires you and forces you to up your game as well
Yeah, it's dope.
and figure out what your strengths and your weaknesses are.
Right.
And say, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? I might not be as strong on the drawing side, but I can definitely write a cohesive story that keeps people tuned in and paying
Yeah.
attention, right?
yeah.
But you've always been a writer though.
Yeah, I mean,
he's always written.
I'm very creative, bro. Like I got
Yeah.
a wild
We both of
imagination.
us.
Like it's like every situation. I think it's almost like a like a sketch comic, like in living color, like or like
Yeah.
I think it's stuff in
Chappelle Show.
situational things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you made a comment earlier about having a guest as a barber. He's cutting your hair while you're interviewing him.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what if you're like interviewing a porn artist? Is he gonna be fucking all these?
Damn.
Yeah, he's gonna hit
That'd be
you.
awesome.
That'd be awesome.
You're like, so what are you doing
Unfortunately,
right here?
we can't.
So hypothetical. You got unlimited budget. Like, what's the project you're doing? If you had an unlimited budget,
Limited
like
budget, I quit
like
my job for sure.
the
That's
motherfucker
first
came
thing.
to you and
First
he was
and
just like,
foremost.
I'll be
yo,
like, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah.
motherfucker came to you and was like, yo, whatever you guys want to do, I'm paying for everything.
Everything?
Don't worry
Yeah,
about costs.
if it was
What's
if-
the project you guys are gonna do?
yeah, something
I don't know.
along the
I
lines
know
of
what I
like
do though.
Probably our stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've done so many commissions. I do my own stuff. He does stuff for major artists. Being a cartoonist, I do a lot of stuff for just like civilian people, so to speak.
Hip hop related though, guaranteed.
I do a lot of Disney stuff, but
No, I'm saying
Oh,
if we had
shit.
an
Oh, yeah,
unlimited
yeah,
budget,
yeah.
if we had
Unlimited
unlimited
budget.
it'd be
I'm the
hip-hop.
imaginary fucking millionaire guy that came to
Damn,
be like,
bro.
whatever you guys want, I'm gonna pay for that
Yeah,
shit.
I probably
And What would
It
what would
have
you
to
guys
be-
do?
would it be a
our own
book?
stuff.
Would
Yeah.
it? But I'm saying, would it be a
Yeah.
book? Would it be a film?
Yeah, exactly.
Comic
Like,
yeah.
what would be the ideal project? Like,
it would be
okay,
something like a super audio network. Definitely.
yeah,
No, actually, yeah, it would be. It probably
nice
cover.
plug.
No, yeah,
Nice.
it is a plug actually.
Nice.
Right there.
Boom.
Give me props, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
No,
Pa,
so
pa, pa.
it would definitely be a like an audio network to probably like what cartoons, books,
But it would be
comic
our-
strips,
our
yeah.
music
So you could do
videos.
reviews. So you could do
podcasts
yeah.
too,
Oh,
man.
that'd be
You know what I
dope.
mean? Like pause.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fucking,
yeah. See this
But,
shit.
I
Like,
mean, is there like
This shit is
something
dope.
in the back pocket that you've been like wanting
No,
to
yeah,
do, and
definitely.
it's like, yo, like if the motherfuckers came through with the dough, and you'd be like, yo, this is a project that
Right
that
now
we're
in my
gonna
heart,
do.
right now in my heart for sure, it's
You-
Wu-Tang.
you-
It's Wu-Tang related, bro.
so
Nice.
so it's Wu related.
Yeah, it's Wu related because Wu-Tang is like it's just like it. It's just Wu-Tang is like we cover like a lot of shit like because everything I listen to is off of him.
Yeah.
Like he brought me into like what NWA and everything, but
Yeah.
after everything is said and
Run
done,
DMC.
Wu-Tang is like my hard shit.
Yeah, I think that was for me.
Wu-Tang
Like
forever,
you know,
man.
growing up on the West. Not to cut you off, but growing up on the West, like you know, I got introduced to all that type of stuff, and then even got deeper into like the unheard of dudes like X-Rated and C-Bone,
Oh, yeah,
and like
yeah,
we
a
rock
lot,
with
a lot,
X-Rated.
real deep West Coast shit, and you know, I love it, of course. But I think Wu was the game changer for me. Was seeing these dudes in fucking masks and like, yo,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? And listening to it
Grimy.
and hearing fucking sword sound effects and
Right.
like crazy
Exactly.
shit.
Bro,
It just opened up a whole
Hell
different.
Like
yeah.
Shaolin
That
style.
was the thing is like being young and seeing black men in swords and masks and ninja
Word.
outfits. It was like,
It was unheard
what
of.
the fuck?
Say what nationality are you, bro?
It was like yo, that shit was crazy.
Well, he's
Go ahead.
asking you.
Yeah, I'm not seeing you. No, I'm saying what nationality are you?
I'm Mexican and Portuguese.
Oh, word. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
something else in there. Yeah, I don't know who's Mexican. We're Mexican.
Yeah,
We're
no,
Mexican.
I'm
But it-
Mexican
I'm
and Native
Mexican.
American.
But you know what? That kind
Cuban.
of brings up something crazy. Is
Oh,
that like
I
seeing
know.
like
Cubano.
seeing like
Coño.
this
But-
is- oh, go ahead, man.
See, my bad. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah,
Don't let it
just
happen
to
again,
see
bro.
like
Don't you fucking
different,
do it.
Let's go.
Cut
just
you.
to see different
We'll cut
things
you.
on TV.
Yeah.
Before you went to fucking school, because that was the other thing. It was like, yo, like you turn on TV, like you was watching MTV, VH1, whatever, blah blah. But to see those different things,
Yeah.
and you're like, yo, shit, like I could be a part of that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly,
yo,
exactly.
shit, that's fucking.
But go ahead,
out
say
of
what you
control.
were gonna say.
No, that's why I asked you like what nationality, because for me personally it sounds funny because of how long everything has been, but like seeing black
Right.
people, this is crazy shit. This is what I think about. But seeing black people like as heroes or like
Right.
portrayed as certain things, I actually identify with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's close to being Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like
it's
it's not
a-
the
you know?
standard.
Yo.
And I'm not even like heavy on the race stuff, but like seeing stuff, I kind of like gravitate towards it. Like, oh,
Yeah,
shit, like,
hell
yo,
yeah,
maybe
dude.
I
Like,
can
It's,
do that.
it's
yeah.
We've been through that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
you know,
it's
like-
taking
yeah.
the it's being outside the box. Like, okay, you're supposed to be this, and you should be good at that. Like, if you do music, you got to do corridos. You got to do this because you come from, and it's just like, yeah, that's cool, but yo, I'm kind of heavy into like classic rock. Like, I'm a big fan of this or that. So like,
Bro.
if I play guitar, I'm gonna play guitar this way.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're not this, so you shouldn't play that. And it's just, we talked about this, but it has an impact. I can
Yeah,
relate to
yeah.
what you're saying when
Hell
you
yeah.
see somebody doing something that's counter to what's expected,
Yeah.
being the Wu-Tang, and it's just like, you know, having an influence from martial arts and kung fu films and things like that. So it's definitely dope to see that, and it inspires you because then
Yeah, it
you know
does.
there's not really a limit to what you can and can't do.
Yeah, and what's accepted culturally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, hip hop is fucking is global, man.
It's
Hip-
universal.
I feel
For
like-
reals.
I
Yeah.
feel like hip hop is the reigning culture of
Yeah,
of
exactly.
fucking economics and like
Yes.
business and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they
Everything.
use it in
Like-
fucking toilet paper commercials.
Yeah.
They
Bro,
use
I
it
mean,
for
dude,
everything
like,
because
you
I
saw
feel
that post where it was like, you know, fucking America try to influence the Cuban fucking hip hop culture to like influence governmental shit.
yeah, that
So
was
it's
a
like,
faction.
wait a minute.
That was
So-
a faction that they
so-
were going to use to.
You use American hip hop
Yeah, yeah, that's
to influence another country's hip hop to influence the government.
government,
It's
that's
like,
just crazy.
yo,
'cause
bro,
I
like,
mean, yeah,
however you want to dissect that shit is how you want to
Yeah, that
dissect
shit's
it.
heavy, man.
But that's
because
how
it is a
influential
weapon though. It is. I mean,
yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like there's so much power though. Like it's just sitting there, dude. I mean, I think it's gathered itself because you see, like what corporations put in big money for certain artists to represent them, like the
Right.
Jay-Z and the NFL thing. I mean, this
Right,
is like
yeah.
this is like a huge fucking thing with civil rights and everything.
So-
Yeah.
But they
so,
got fucking Jay-Z.
so
The NFL's getting Jay-Z,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
But for
Crazy.
yourself,
But,
like,
what's he in charge of? The halftime show?
Yeah, I
Who
know. I know.
performs in the
Yeah, that's a
halftime
whole-
show?
that's a whole-
Beyonce,
That's
Rolling
the argument right
Stones.
yeah.
It's like the same. It's like the same 5 performers for the last like 15 years. Dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But like
hilarious.
Dame Dash on a podcast, he said like, "What's the deal for? Like, what is he really doing?" And people
Yeah.
are saying it's like a cash grab.
He's a figurehead for because
Yeah.
you know the NFL had the situation with the kneeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it ties into
Yeah.
Hey,
Kaepernick
look, we
and all
got a
that
black
stuff.
guy to say
Yeah, exactly.
this.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
everything's
he's
cool.
basically
or
some
cool.
type of figurehead
Of course, because
for,
people.
to build a bridge for
Figurehead.
peace between
That-
NFL
yeah,
and blacks.
that's
That's just what it is. I mean, there's nothing
Figurehead.
wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
But think about it. What is his position? He's in charge of Super Bowl.
I mean, I'll be honest. Look,
If you want
I
to
don't-
that's a good question. It's like, what is he in charge of now? So
Yeah.
he made a deal with the NFL, but
it would be more
Yeah, yeah,
impressive
yeah.
if he had a
So,
more
what is
like.
Yeah, what does it mean? It's kind of like
What-
a
what-
safe bet, a quick front to kind of say like, "Yo, guys, settle down. We're gonna
hey,
do something."
Yeah.
I don't know what it
I'm
is,
here with
bro.
the
If you want
NFL.
peace between the NFL and blacks, give Kaepernick his job back.
Whatever happened with that, dude? Like they
They-
purposely didn't.
Honestly, you know what?
Because I don't follow. I don't
me
follow
personally, I'm just like a lot of stuff. Like I understand. I understand, respect, and admire the stance he took, or him kneeling or whatever. I think that's dope. The Jay-Z shit too, but I see through a lot of like the Jay-Z thing. I saw through it right away.
Oh,
You know,
serious,
he's a
yeah.
token black guy to like to kind of draw back some of the
Yeah,
black
yeah.
audience or whatever. Because he just put out what 444 or whatever, like, and he gave them a lot of game about credit and this. So it's kind of like, hey, you trust and believe this black guy. He's going to be our spokesperson to win you back. But anyway, my point is
But do you feel
I-
like it's a cash grab? On his-
absolutely.
on-
Yeah, I mean, name one
What-
thing
what
Jay-Z's
isn't?
done that isn't. Yeah, exactly. It's just like it always has to be lucrative and it always has to make sense for Jay-Z to be involved.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
yeah,
even with the Kaepernick stuff,
that's a very
it's-
valid point.
like, what do you? For me, I don't put a lot of energy into who's doing what. I'll see what it is, and I give myself a few minutes to kind of break down what's
Right.
at the core of it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not giving it any more brain space because I know what it is ultimately and what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
So I don't really know, but I'd love to see that dude play ball because he was talented. And I don't really know. Like, I can't say what he should or shouldn't be doing.
He hits home runs all the time, so it's like, yo, just let's
Home
look fucking
run
back and
Kaepernick
like see what
hits home
happens.
runs.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you're on his team, then yeah, it's probably gonna be great. You know, he's
making touchdowns and goals.
He's like the Barry Bonds, fucking Sammy Sosa, fucking Mark McGuire, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, let him bat and just.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you really want to make peace, give his job back.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't give a fuck because like with the sports stuff, like
'Cause it's not your team.
I care about. Yeah, my thing is like I stopped having a team. I forgot how old I was because I'm like,
Well, football.
and this is
The
any
Raiders
sport,
left
any
LA
sport. I mean,
how long ago?
so, yeah, no, it's true though. Like I have a line that I wrote in the song, and I said, "Fuck a team, they come and go like the Rams and Raiders."
Right. And the
I
Chargers.
said, yeah, it's just like
What's the following bar with that? Though?
And my ex.
I said, something. You're on your own in this land of haters, and fuck a team, they come and go like the Rams and Raiders.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Because it's true. It's like basically saying like the line before that line was about LA, and I'm basically saying like, and this is we're kind of going off subject, but
No, it's all good.
being from LA and like the Dodgers and this and the Raiders and this and that, but it's just like 95% of the fucking team aren't even from California, let alone Los Angeles. And here you are, this is home team, and I get it. I love the Dodgers, so on and so forth. I was raised on that shit, but I think with the whole sports thing, in a way, it's just another diversion from shit that. And don't get me wrong, I like to see people crash into each other. I play ball. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
I'm a competitive. I'm a
You like men in
competitive
tights,
motherfucker.
huh?
I'm a competitive motherfucker too, and I played sports. But in the end, I'm just kind of like, all right, it's cool to watch for a minute, but I'm out. Like I can't invest in it the way people will fist fight in the stands over a team.
Right. Yeah.
I can't do it. So
I don't want to get too heavy, but I feel like the parallel between sports it drips into politics. Like people literally, it's just like it's politics to me. On the surface level, it's just like people just rooting for a team, man. They don't really take into consideration
Richard, what
the
they're really
small-
talking about.
So-
They don't read between the lines.
How do you take that?
But,
How do you take that into your work? Like when motherfuckers ask you, like, "Yo, man, I want this, blah blah," blah, and it's like a little politically charged, or it's a little this
actually,
shit.
that's a
So,
good-
so how do you
segue.
like? Do you have to play the fence, or you're just like, "Fuck it"?
You know what?
Bam.
I did a
This is what you
project
get.
with what's my boy's name? I know his name, but I'm just on the spot right now. Fuck.
But what's the project?
Choco Balance.
Okay.
But
I seen that cover.
yeah, the cover is Trump with a bullet in his head.
Oh,
There's like a little. My homeboy's from Tampa. He's from Florida, so I don't think he's Mexican. But I purposely drew the boy that he wanted me to draw him with like an AK or some shit. I kind of drew him Mexican with some Mexican colors in there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I mean, it's not a direct attack on like Trump and shit, but I was a little sketched about it. And I mean, there's coke on his tape.
Damn,
He
I
got,
want to
like,
see that
money,
cover.
he's
I need
got
to see that
coke,
cover.
The little
Pull
it up.
child, the
Pull
little
it
child
up.
got, like,
Can
an
we pull
AK.
that cover up, Trey?
Yeah, can we
Yeah, you
pull
might
up
have
that
to dig
cover?
through my Instagram.
chicken sandwiches.
Chicken
There's
chicken
even
sandwiches.
There's a Chick-fil-A in there.
The
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A,
It's on
Popeyes.
the Instagram, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
on the
on that
Instagram.
Chicken sandwich involved.
But even like
That's funny.
the cat behind him is the dude with the Vendetta mask.
Oh,
So
damn.
you know the
Yeah,
Vendetta cat.
yeah.
I actually haven't
Guy
seen the movie.
Fox. The Guy
What's
Fox.
his name?
Guy Fox.
You know the
That's
history
the-
of that cat?
Yeah, that's the gunpowder revolution. So like the dude
He's gonna
was,
have to.
Your
You have to
Instagram?
school me right now. Do a brief.
yeah.
know
Well,
what I'm
basically,
saying?
like I mean, I don't know too much, but I do know if you watch V for Vendetta, they break it down, but it gets even deeper if you really dig into it. But dude was basically like smuggling a shitload of gunpowder underneath Parliament because he was gonna blow it up from underneath.
Yeah.
So
That's
so
crazy.
he was on some heavy shit, which is why they modeled the mask after him, and that's why Anonymous used his mask as the literally the face of the movement, because he was gonna probably blow up too, but he was just this early day suicide bomber type of shit with just gunpowder, and he was willing to sacrifice himself.
That
It's
could
super heavy shit.
That goes into a whole fucking other shit, like early days suicide bomber. Like,
Yo, but you know what's crazy though? Is I actually called my homeboy Choco on the phone. We were talking about him. My mom was like, "You got to take this down." My mom was like, because I put it on
your
Facebook.
mom
There it is.
was
Because
like,
Facebook IG is supposed to be what FBI, right?
yeah,
That's what they say.
all
The
FBI
FB
shit.
and then I for the. Well,
So
anyhow.
this is one.
No, this is one. But I mean, this is an entirely different speaking, different things. See, because me and my brother, we got cops in our family. We got retired cops,
Okay.
retired military people. So
And they tell you shit,
Salute
right?
to your
Active too.
yeah,
to
yeah.
your-
They
their
let you
family
know, like,
members.
hey,
No, they didn't tell me
blah
nothing.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, but I feel like kind of like fuck. You know, I don't support violence against. But we all know the scenario in the streets. Is
Yeah.
kinda
Oh, of
crazy,
course.
bro.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
I
it's,
mean, look.
it's not cut and dry one thing, but like I don't necessarily say like go out and fire on the
What
cop
was,
and everything, but,
No.
but it is making a statement from
Right.
what I got hired to do. So
Yeah.
I got a good friend too. That's a cop nearby me. So I don't know if he saw it, but I mean,
But what kind of response do you get when you draw something like that from cops or
Not a lot.
or
It's
from
just-
your family members?
No, not a lot. You know what? Actually, I think when I post my shit, a lot of people just kind of don't say shit.
Oh, they're just
It's
like,
good. It's good. Great, solid work. The shit is
just
beautiful.
give it a
I think
like
it's
and
beautiful.
I like the
scroll,
colors,
dope.
scroll,
Bright
but
colors. I love the
can't
colors.
say nothing about
Yeah, it
that.
looks. I mean, it looks wild.
Yeah.
The shit looks
I
crazy.
wanna see the
Shit
coke.
is
I mean, look what it
crazy.
says. There's so many levels to like. You see the dude in the back pointed at him. He looks pissed. This cat's getting his face chopped off.
Yeah.
He got a
Yeah,
whole. He got a
yo,
whole
it's-
fist through his mouth.
Yeah,
Damn.
5-0
But-
getting a fucking.
And my homeboy Chaco, he's a brown brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like off the bat, that shit is like people are like,
Yeah, no,
nah,
it's-
we don't support that.
It's
Yeah.
powerful, but I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter if they support it or not because the message got across. If it and that's why they say artwork leaps beyond words
Right.
because
Yep.
you can't argue with that. It's an inanimate object, so you can't argue with that. You can comment. If there was a dislike button, I'm sure there'd be some dislikes or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. But in the end, like, yo, the message got across. If that is going to be on iTunes or whatever, like, people will see that, and it's either going to offend them or not. They're going to identify or not. They're going to agree or not.
I mean,
But-
how do you guys feel like when you see
I mean,
that? I mean, does it?
I like it. I like it.
I like it. I mean,
It has enough gore to where you're like, okay, yeah, I like the goriness of it. The detail work is really dope. I mean, the message itself is really dope too. I want to see the other cover too, the Trump cover. Can
Yeah, I
you
wanna
find
see
that?
That's
that Trump cover.
I feel that shit's super honest. That's
It's
just
straight
honest.
to the point.
That's
you know?
just honest right there.
You know what I
That's
mean?
Super honest.
And he commissioned this piece, right? This is
Yeah, my homeboy, he basically told me what to do. So, so I mean,
Nice.
actually, this whole entire theme right here, I really had no creative control
So-
over it. He just told me what to draw, gave me some references. He's
So
like,
with,
"This
you're-
come alive,"
and
you
you-
know what I mean?
with,
All right.
with your work, like, do you prefer to be just like, hey man, this is my idea, run wild, or do you like
All the way.
kind of wish that you have like guidelines when you
let
do
us know when
commission
you
shit?
see that cover you're
Yeah.
talking
It's
about.
like
the Trump
a
cover.
motherfucker tells you like, hey man, like yo, I'm picturing this,
Yeah.
but don't go outside of these boundaries. Like,
Yeah.
are you cool with that, or do you prefer like, yo, this is what I'm picturing, run wild?
Yeah, I think I prefer both. Sometimes I might get a project that like catches me at a weird time where I don't really have the creative space to really, because like I'm like an emotional creative dude. Like I absorb
Yeah.
shit. So sometimes when I'm
Yeah.
involved with one project,
Okay.
I can't really invest myself emotionally into it. So when they tell me exactly what they want, I just go on autopilot.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of bang it out with what they say. Yeah. Sometimes people like with the Wu-Tang work, mathematics.
Oh shit.
When we got on the phone about the Wu-Tang work, he kind of just told me what the single was. It was a single with Meth, Redman, You God, Raekwon. He just told me basically these are the guys on the song. This is the title, and he didn't even give me no direction. He's like, just do something. You know what I mean?
That Venom.
So
that Venom
I was
shit is
like,
dope.
just do
fuck.
something.
Well,
Like,
Now, he didn't say that. I mean, he's more detailed than that as far
Yeah.
as like he's not just throwing shit out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he was kind of, which made me feel good because I was like, he believes that I can bring something to light that would be dope. So he told me
Right.
that. So,
Yeah.
but like, yeah. So I prefer both. It depends on how I feel, but I do like the freedom to like kind of bang some crazy shit out and just let me
Yeah.
do it for you. You
Yeah.
know, just chill. But some
Yeah.
cats are so like steadfast on
Yeah.
what they want, so I gotta just kind of go with that.
I feel that.
So-
Oh yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
find
so-
that shit is way down there, huh?
It might be, but yo, we're just scrolling through and I'm seeing a mixture of stuff, which is what we talked about off air. So you got like your personal stuff, things
Yeah,
that you think are funny, shit
That's
like
the man,
that,
man.
and then you got some of your own artwork on there.
My homie G Huff and Smoke Dizza.
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh shit.
That
Yeah,
shit's dope,
someone
right?
smoked
Yeah.
this?
That shit's
I mean,
dope,
I
man.
haven't
Which
seen
one?
anything
Which
that I
one
don't
was
like
this?
personally. Like I think it's all dope. Like
Yeah, dude, this shit is ill.
that Joker shit though. I want to see that
Right.
Joker movie.
Oh yeah, that shit looks crazy.
Yeah,
Actually, the reviews have been kind of wild. Like this dude's gonna win an award for it. Like,
yeah. I mean, just the trailer alone.
Like this one.
The trailer alone is pretty crazy. Like you get to see like the human side of it. It's not even so much about
it's not even a superhero type movie. Yeah.
exactly. It's not so much the comic-y. You get to see like where he flipped from being a person with a sense of humor, looking on the bright side, to being kind of twisted,
Yeah.
and then saying like, "Oh, now
passed
you're
it, bro.
paying attention, and I'm gonna use this
Go back
power
up,
that
bro.
I have, and I'm gonna make myself laugh."
Yeah, exactly.
I think really that's the core of what the Joker
Scroll back.
is like
That's a good break. That's a
Go
crazy
back up.
breakdown.
doing
though, dude.
sick shit to entertain himself. He's not doing it to make the world laugh. He's doing it to make himself laugh.
You a
because-
comic book dude or what?
Yeah. I've been a comic
Oh, I
book
was gonna
head.
say,
Yeah.
fuck, you just brought. Yeah, actually, you made me think about the Joker in a different way as far as like making himself laugh.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, if you think
gonna
about it,
scroll,
he's not
like,
really doing.
Point out shit.
I don't think he's really doing it to it's too twisted for the average person to
just be a nuisance.
yeah, for him it's more like, yo, I'm doing this to entertain myself until somebody shuts me up. And Batman never puts the period at the end of the sentence and just ends him. So he as soon as he escapes, he's just doing it to do sick shit to make himself laugh and see what he can get away with. You know what I mean?
I like when you said like to put a period on it, which means to kill him and shit.
Yeah, and he won't.
Like he's
so
just gonna keep going.
It'll just keep going and going and going. But yeah, the comic book stuff, I've always been a fan. There's a documentary on Dark Horse Comics and Image Comics. Came out on I want to say I don't remember the network, but you can YouTube it. And they talk to Todd McFarlane, they talk to Jim Lee, they talk to all these people that did, and when they basically did the mass exodus from Marvel,
that's right.
when they went from Marvel to creating their own shit.
Yeah, no, I think I saw that, bro.
I know, dope documentary.
It is, dude. The shit is like inspiring. The shit is inspiring to what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like just getting together and just trying to take off. You know what I mean?
There it is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That's dope.
That shit is hard.
So let me narrate this. They're at the White House, and I think that might be the president's office, right?
Yeah,
the Oval Office.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he got the gold-plated Uzi.
Nice.
He asked for that personally. He said, "Give me the gold-plated Uzi." And then you got the trees in the background on fire because basically they're setting the whole building, the whole White House on fire. So
nice.
It's pretty strong. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people hate this shit, but
I bet you a lot of Trump supporters.
That's what I'm saying. I was kind of worried, but
shit.
I don't think enough people follow me and share it to really like people be pissed off at
But
that shit.
at the end of the day, you can't worry about what people are thinking or care about other people's opinion. You're gonna do your artwork. Do your artwork, bro.
Yeah,
you know, good publicity, bad publicity is still publicity. You know, you're still getting out there. You know.
Yeah.
So love it or hate it. At the end of the day, you're gonna love it.
It kind of reminds me, going back to Todd McFarlane. I'm a huge fan of his. Before he did Spawn, he was doing Spider-Man. So they did a issue where they wrote, basically, you might like this logic. They basically did it where he stopped something from happening, and one of the white guys in the comic book was like, "Oh, thank God you're stopping them," and it was a black guy. And he's like, "How do you know I'm not black under this mask?" And the white dude didn't know what to say, because he didn't know what Spider-Man looked like because his face is covered.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yo, how do you know I'm not black under this mask?" So it's kind of like, it's one of those things where, like, if you can use your artwork to just provoke people's, like, just the way they think, you know what I mean? Like, yo, does he do coke? Like, does Trump party? Like, you start thinking like,
exactly.
I mean, real quick, wasn't the cat that what's the cat's name that got
Jeffrey Epstein?
There you go, bro. They said like these guys were
I'm sure
they got down together basically.
They did get down.
Yeah, so I mean, like, fuck, dude. I don't know what's the thing. That's a whole other thing we could go down.
But I'm basically saying, like, when you have the ability and to do something this dope, I wouldn't really give a fuck. I mean, with music, I just say what I need to say, and if people don't like it, they don't like it. I perform Officer Down, and there's been cops in the audience, and I take. And I take. I've had the cops called because I've done that song. You know what I mean? And I'm not in the NWA age where it's like a huge big deal. But yeah, I've seen the dude with the 10-gallon sheriff hat walk in, fucking badge and all. And right after I did the song, like, why are you at a hip hop show? And, there's a couple cars out there.
Like,
but the point is you using your artwork as a platform to speak your mind and say what you got to say. And personally, I don't think you should worry about that kind of shit. And if it's a commission piece, it's a commission piece.
Yeah, it is,
So like, it's not like you're doing like, well, let's flip it. What if someone was pro Trump and was like, look, we got that $1 million that he was offering you earlier, and you can do whatever Wu-Tang shit you want. Just make us pro-Trump campaign comic book.
Do that shit, bro.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
My soul's not for sale, bro.
There you go. There you go.
No, but what's crazy though is that I was so worried about this because my mom hit me up. She's like, take it off Facebook.
But is she a supporter?
Yo, your
she
mom's
is, but she was worried about me.
That's crazy though, dude. Like,
moms are always gonna.
How you deal with that shit with your mom? It's like on some fucking personal shit. Your mom says, you're like, hey, I'm really scared for you.
Like,
take that shit down.
Mijo, bájalo, mijo.
He ended up getting grounded.
I'm
taking your pencils away.
You can't come to the fucking family events that is coming up.
I'm taking your graphic tools away.
He went to bed without supper that night.
Yeah.
No, but
seriously though, your mom is scared for you. Like, that gotta weigh on you a little bit. Your mom's scared for you.
I made 2 phone calls. I called up my homie Chino Excel, and I called up Mathematics. I was doing work with them strong at the time for what I was doing. But I asked them, I'm like, I hit up Matt. I was like, man, what do you think about this? Like, because this isn't necessary. I'm not a violent cat.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, I'm paraphrasing because I don't want to quote him and shit.
Yeah, shit.
But like he was saying, basically, like this is your job.
Yeah.
And like this is what they hired you to do. This doesn't reflect your views. He's like, you can make it clear. He didn't say make it clear, but he's like, you know, this isn't. This isn't.
If you were
Yeah, no,
asked,
that's
Yeah.
actually very
Clarify.
bad.
You're almost like a reporter
And it was funny
Yeah.
because
through your art.
I had
Hell yeah.
text my homie Chino. And he hit it back and he just put like that shit's dope.
yeah,
It
so,
is.
Like, he was
No,
like,
just-
but
How-
he comes from a Mortal Technique Rebel
Oh,
Arms
yeah.
shit, so that's
That
a whole
doesn't
other
help.
monster. You
My
know?
argument with my mom though. My mom is still like, take it
I stepped
down.
up to my mom like, nah, they said that was cool.
Hey mom,
Yeah.
fuck it.
It's
The
okay.
homies
No,
like it.
So
The
the
homies
homies
like
told
it.
me that it was cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yo, so
that was a story on
let's
that
talk
shit.
about some future projects because I know a lot of the stuff that you're working on, and I've seen like progression shots where they go from like sketches to you inking them out, drawing them, coloring them. What is in the works right now?
Right now, I'm working heavy with Killer Army shit with Night Prince. I got
Nice.
with Night Prince on what was it? What was the single called? War on Everyone.
Dope.
So
Dope
we got
title.
together, and actually, when I first linked up with him, I had just quit my job and to pursue art full time, and I had just got married, and I quit my job like a couple months later.
Damn.
So that shit was crazy. But I had reached out to him to do some work for him because I'm a longtime Killer Army fan. So I hit him up, and he wanted me to do like some Photoshop work, but I don't think he knew the extent of what I can do.
Okay.
So I told him like, "Nah, you gotta let me draw something for you, bro. You gotta let me draw something." He was like, he's like, "All right, cool. You know, do what you do." I hit him with the first illustration there. There you go, right there.
That shit is
War on Everyone.
hard, bro.
So I hit him with that
The
illustration.
black choppers in the back.
Yeah, that shit's
Yeah,
dope.
that shit is ill too. See, sometimes I look at my shit, and I'm like, yeah, that shit is
Yeah, that
Nah,
shit
ill.
it's dope.
I'm like, black rap.
Like I can hear the
Yo,
choppers
you,
flying in.
you ever get it though, where it's
With
like,
that-
oh my
with
god,
that
you
clear-
do like
clearance-
that Prince cover, like, oh my
Credence
god, I
Clearwater
fucking
song
love
in the
you.
background.
I'm always in the cut, dude, so I don't really hear a lot of shit.
You don't
to tell
get
you
the
truth.
dippies, be like, oh my god, I fucking saw that.
Nah, you know what? I think that because I used to do graph, you know, and I draw and shit, and usually if a bitch finds out you know how to draw, the first fucking thing they're gonna ask you to do is either draw them or draw their name.
already know. He already knows
or
what time it is.
a tattoo. I get that all the time. bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Draw my
yeah. How many
tattoo.
dippies have you had to draw?
How many hippies?
How many dippies? How many ladies were like,
Uh,
I draw you? Yeah, I draw you. No problem.
That's kind of, for me as an artist, like it's kind of annoying to say, okay, you want your tattoo drawn, but the artist that's doing it for you is an artist as well who's gonna have ideas. He's the one putting it on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna take it in a different
Yeah.
direction.
Give it to him, and he's the one that's gonna put it on you. He's gonna give you like exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of, can you draw my tattoo? It's like no.
Nah,
And I charge, and no amount of money. You know, it's like
You just set the rate extremely fucking
I'm
high,
not gonna do
ridiculously high.
something I don't want to
Damn.
do if I get
I
paid.
love that.
I'd rather do, you know.
Yeah,
But how often do you get that? You're like, oh my god, I love your work, blah blah.
Well, you know-
like fucking tattoo me, and you're like, I don't tattoo.
Tattoo my
but I can
titties.
draw the
Hey,
shit.
you know what? That's
And it's
that's a
like,
good one though.
Bam.
So
It is.
I'll tell you a quick backstory. So I was locked up, and the homie Bam Bam, he was hustling, and he ended up getting he got a CD player, took the motor out, and he sent it to some guys. So he ended up making a fucking tattoo gun. And
a CD player?
yeah,
Yep.
you use the motor. You use the motor.
That's like
Yeah.
jailhouse
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
Well, I was in prison. So,
With
but like,
guitar string.
what you do is you take all these parts and pieces,
Yeah.
and you find somebody who has the know-how, and they basically make you a tattoo gun out of miscellaneous MacGyver shit,
God,
right?
look at
Yeah.
him.
And it
I've
fucking
been there.
and it works.
He might
so,
spit on it and then just get it started. Like,
So-
hold
I
up.
know you got spit on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So-
You got spit on it
Drink a little
50 times,
tequila first.
wait 30 seconds. and then
so they
it's
see
cool.
you drawing, and they just assume that you can make the leap from drawing on paper
Yeah, yeah, that's all
to
different
fucking tattooing motherfuckers. So
Yep,
he asked me, he was
exactly.
like, "Yo, we ended up on lockdown." He's like, "Yo, bro," he's like, "You down?" He's like, "I know you draw. I'll throw you this. I'll throw you that." And I'm like, "Fuck!" I kept telling him no. I didn't want to do it. Finally, I was like, I don't want to fuck your shit up. I mean, but he had terrible tattoos anyway, so it didn't really matter. He said that. He's like, "Look at my shit, bro. I don't give a fuck." I was like, "All right."
That shit actually
So I told him, "Look,"
sucks.
I said, "Let me start on an easy one." So he had some shit on his leg, and he wanted me to add to it. And I'm literally like carving into this motherfucker because it's a single needle, bro.
Yeah.
It's a single needle, so it's. I mean, we got nothing but time anyway. But like, I'm fucking up. So I'm drawing on his skin, and I'm doing the motions like it's a fucking pencil.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
because that's what I'm used to. Drawing like pen or a pencil. Yeah. What the fuck? He's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "Dick, I told you I didn't want to do this. I'm not hurting you just because I don't want to do it, but like, it's not the same. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I didn't make the jump from drawing on paper to tattooing.
It's not for everybody, bro.
Have you guys even tried that? Have you guys tried that?
He's tried it. I won't try it.
I got not people, but I've practiced on fruit, like on melons, oranges.
Oh, the chamois. They say those car wash chamois are like real close to.
It's different, bro. Like he said, excuse me. It's like it's hard to make the transition from paper where you could erase to now I can't fuck up.
Even the motions though,
Yeah,
the motions are different. The motions are different. Where like, you make a, just moving the pen a certain way. You know what I mean?
Just been on the fruit and be like mad, kind of like.
Because the skin is denser than
It gets
paper.
a little
So
darker
when you
and
write on paper or draw on
Yeah,
paper,
it's
it's like
crazy.
smoother. You get
I'm
what
scared,
saying?
bro.
So opposed to like you're like
Yeah.
and like you said, there's no, you have to fucking make it work. You can't no
So
fuck up.
let's go back into some of the cats that you worked with when you first started. Some of the stuff that you drew that caught people's attention. Who was the first person that reached out to you that you were a fan of? Where you're like, holy
like a
shit,
fan of?
yeah. Where like you got a message, an email, or a DM from somebody. You're like, oh fuck, Chino XL just messaged me. Or who was the first? Do you remember?
Yeah. Well, the first cat that hit me up was my homeboy from Dockside Music Group. That's my little crew that I'm associated with. It kind of calmed down a little bit. But, his name was Synops. And he hit me up, and I just,
Oh shit!
I'm gonna take that back. Actually, my homeboy Jay Biz from Inland Empire. He's a producer.
Okay.
He hit me up to do something for him for what's his name? Wright? Something Wright? Anyhow,
Richard Wright.
Richard Wright.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Richard
it was
Wright.
my first cover. I had barely started drawing, and it was kind of
Right.
like when I look back on it, it still looks good, but it's nothing like I do now. So it's
Oh, it's good.
respectable.
Yeah.
But I think my first big name would have to be the Big Pun Project, the Big Punisher Project.
Nice.
shit.
And
So like,
how did that come about?
fuck, I don't even know. Man. You know what? Oh, wait, I take that back because I'm actually on a song with Raz Cass, bro.
Oh, dope.
Hey, Rascal is
What was that? Do you remember the project?
Yeah.
You remember the project that
So
was?
you want to hear the whole story on this shit?
Yeah,
Break it down.
It's not
That's what
crazy,
we're all
I'm
about,
giving
bro.
some
The
vision.
stories.
So like my homeboy, Mr. Left, he was managing for Raz Cass when he got locked up, right?
Yeah.
So Raz released Institutionalized Volume 2. I'm on a song with him. I sound
What's the
whack,
song
bro.
called? What's the
It's
song
called Try
Pull-
Me.
Pull it out.
Try Me.
Yeah, pull that
Hey, don't pull that shit up, bro.
Pull it out.
Hey, only one of us is paying you, Dre. Pull it up. Pull it up. God damn it.
But all right, so
While he pulls that up, let's go ahead and talk about.
Yeah, G.
So the song's called "Try
it's
Me."
called Try Me. It's on Institutionalized Volume 2 of Raz. Raz was locked up. My homeboy, Mr. Left, who was with him the other day, actually, at Pomona, my characters bar.
At the Rascal show.
So I guess I think
Coincidentally.
Domingo.
Characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a project with Domingo that I'm working on right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for real?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. I'm
Yeah.
trying to hear that
Domingo's a beast. Like.
shit. Well, Media Famous. He's launching Media Famous. It's called
Yes.
distribution.
My boy messaged me about that too.
Online. This is like $9. I'm gonna plug it right now too. It's
So
like
you-
$9.95 a month, and it's global platform distribution. Domingo,
There you go.
show me some love, baby.
Yeah. So you ended up on the song, and then
What's the track called?
Try Me.
Oh, you guys really gonna play that shit?
Yeah.
Don't even play that shit, bro.
Yeah,
Actually,
no,
no, I got some other rap.
I just want to see it. I just want to see the
Yeah, don't play
project.
that, but it's right there though.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Dre Day, show
We'll
me
just
love.
play.
I'm a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're
Oh,
playing
it's
it.
on Baby Grand too. So I actually have a legitimate hip hop release with Raz Cass. Yeah, you gotta come on, man. Don't do
Dope.
me like
No, that's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
So just so heads know,
Might as well. You already have it up.
Yo, don't listen to this cat because he just wants to embarrass me every
So-
chance he gets. You know what I mean?
it's
Hey,
all
you got a
good.
song with Rascal for crying out loud, bro.
But I don't want to be
Yeah,
there.
That's what happens with
Shit.
who's older, him or you?
He's
You gotta track
my
for
man's
this
older.
cat.
You have to listen to
I
your older
can't, bro.
brother.
I can't.
Hey, it happens, bro. It happens.
But I've earned my way to take care of him sometimes, so he gotta listen to me sometimes.
Damn. He ain't listening to you today.
So, but you were saying that the story was gonna one of the first big
Okay,
names.
yeah.
Like, so you ended up on a song with Raz.
So I ended up on a song with Raz Cass, which I don't know if Domingo
Produced
mixed it or some shit, whatever. But I think he knew me from that. Anyhow, as time passed, I stopped rapping and I started drawing, and I think Domingo might have seen it or someone plugged him up to some shit that I did. So I'm chilling I'm pulling up into a Ralph's to grab some shit. I'm bumping music and shit, and I see my little Facebook. I got a message from Domingo. I'm like, what the
Dope.
fuck? I'm like, what the fuck
Domingo
is this?
Padilla.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I know who Domingo is. And then he's like, yo, you think he'd want to jump on like a big pun project? And I'm like, what the fuck? I think I might have called him right away.
Yeah.
And that jumped off from there, and we started that whole thing. And what do you want to know about that?
So wait, you jumped when he said, "Do you want to jump on in terms of art or in terms of rhyming?"
No, in terms of art, because what happened is RY from New York, he did a graphic for it, which used the Punisher logo.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Marvel Comics got at them and said, yo, you can't use that shit. So he said copyright shit that he couldn't use it.
So Mike, I'm curious as to how Domingo saw because you said this was around the time when you were moving from doing artwork to doing from rapping to doing artwork. Yeah. So I wonder what he saw where he was like, who the fuck is it? Who drew that? Like, I wonder what he saw specifically. I'll ask him.
You might ask him because I don't even know, dude. I just kind of took the message and told him I'd be down. But
and the cover you did is the one where he's crushing the record. Yeah. If we could pull that up, Dre, that shit is really dope when you get a chance. So that was the first one, and like you went from hey yo, my shattered dreams, like Jordan assaulting batting your team, the batting. So you went from listening.
There you go.
Yeah.
You went from listening. You went from listening to that in your headphones to like now you're drawing the fucking cover.
Exactly.
Big Pun, rest in peace. You went from listening to it to now like, holy shit, I'm drawing a cover for Big Pun, rest in peace.
It's just like you, I'm sure when you work with artists with bigger names and shit, because I've seen you rock the stage with some big names, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, no, you have those moments where you look to your right and you're like, oh fuck, like I'm on stage with this person, and I'm welcome. I was welcome on it. It wasn't like it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't on some weirdo shit or some fanboy shit. It was just like it was a peer in a sense. Like I'll those will forever be, you know what I mean, the varsity players to me. Like yo, I'm always gonna try to reach that level. But yeah, you have those moments where you're like, holy shit, I'm here, and you absorb it, but you also want to continue to get better. So from the Big Pun cover, what was the next one from there?
I think it was a Chino. I got down
the one where he's in the chair, right?
No, not that one. Actually, I don't know what's going to pop with that. I talked to him a couple of times about a few things that might get used for something. I'm not entirely sure. He's got a couple albums already in the stash, as far as I know, but there's no release dates.
Big Pun album?
Yeah.
What's the name of the album?
Bronx Legends Never Die. It's probably early in the timeline, or you can just.
That's a good idea.
Just Google that shit. It'll probably pop up. But I did do the Chino cover, and that was just a sketch that I actually just sent him because I'm a fan. That's my favorite MC right there, bro. Chino
yeah.
South's my favorite MC.
It's one of those dudes where you're just kind of like, you kind of just you have to study. Dope. You have to study and appreciate the craftsmanship.
Exactly.
Like the dude is, he's a wordsmith. Like that's one of my favorite. I could listen to that acapella over and over and over and just kind of, bro, it's in itself, it's a symphony of fucking words where you just kind of, you got to appreciate it. Beat or no beat, like whenever he rocks, the dude is great. One of the best one of my favorites ever was when he was rhyming with Crooked Eye on the Wake Up Show.
Oh yeah, that freestyle, come on.
That freestyle's fucking bananas.
That shit is nuts.
Would you be intimidated to do a track with them, considering?
With Chino? Intimidated, yes, but that would immediately turn into, it'll just bring out the competitiveness where it's just like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna let Chino completely body me. Like they're gonna say, yo, he went a good 8 solid rounds with this dude, like Chino took it or whatever. And he's probably listening. If he is, he's like, yo, there's no way you'll go 8. You ain't great enough to go 8. But that's what brings out the best. And I think he'll ever be like, he'll be the measuring stick for that. Like, yo, if you want to be a lyricist and you're nowhere near, if you're not even like a quarter of the ways as good as Chino, then just fucking quit and don't call yourself a lyricist, period.
If you can't, like, if Chino's gonna drop a 16 and you can't last fucking like 4,
yeah. If like, I think that would be a good takeaway. It's like if after they listen to the whole song with you and Chino, if they can't remember 2 of your lines, then you shouldn't rap anymore. Yeah. That would be for me, at least personally. But going from the Chino stuff. How did the Wu-Tang thing come about? Because that was huge, right?
Okay, yeah. Actually, I got a homie. Actually, matter of fact, the cat that plugged in with the Wu-Tang scenario, I'm actually doing shirts with them now. So my whole website right now, where I'm selling my shirts with all my artwork and shit.
Oh, that's dope.
There it is, man. That shit's fire too, man. Damn.
I love the colors you use, bro.
Oh, the Chino ones. When I really, what's it called? Nice Chino, nice. It's off the Black Rosary album. But this is my fucking it's early artwork. You know what's crazy? I was supposed to get a verse. He told me because he knew I was a big fan, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, our homeboy got us in touch with him.
Yeah.
Years ago when I was like I was like 21 and I called Chino for the first time because I was gonna rap, and Chino told my homeboy Luis, who's supposed to be here but he couldn't make it.
Right there, bro.
Yeah, there you go down there.
Aren't you guys curious to see what he sounds like rapping?
All right, check it out. Give me a fucking beat, man. This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking beat.
We try to play something.
Nah, just not that one though. That But like my homeboy Luis,
I gave you a beat,
fucked
dog.
me up with him. All right,
There you go.
Hey, yo, freestyle off the top of the head. Get a lift from dead. I shoot with the infrared. I haven't rapped in years. Check it out. I get down with the I couldn't think of words, but I'ma come up off the straight from the lung. Your body got more than stung. I'm chilling with Pawz one. We on the motherfucking one. I got the Modelo in front of me. You never stun on me. You got drink over there, but we don't give a fuck, G. We both came from eating tacos and nachos. I'm chilling with my homeboys on the corner, call them Paco. And really, true, I haven't even spit. I'm usually at my table drawing shit for fucking Wu-Tang. Any crew, man, I draw for Czarface. Check it out, you never be a cop and hit with a mace because I drew some slit to slander you to get your body bruised. I see a Heineken, they can't be running through, dude. They call me Gift. I come so swift. I spit words with liquor coming off the lips. I got my man to the left, Supreme. It's just a dream. We never thought we'd be on podcast today, man. Mean, check it. I can pass it to the right or left. Who wants to get the respect? A microphone that cause wreck. We can be in swaying tech, and we can even say, check 1, 2. Who's coming next to do the do? Do the do. Yo, do the do.
Yeah. Pass it to Preem, pass it to Pawz. Used to be the boss, but not like Boss Hog. I haven't rapped in a minute. Chilling with the homies, you could tell that we in the city of Bell. Had to tuck my chain in when I pulled up.
Yeah.
Turn the beat up, don't want to hear me rap. That's cool, dog. I'm rusty as fuck, dude.
That was MC reflex.
Yeah,
It was dope, though.
I literally haven't rapped in like 3 years, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Nah, that's dope.
See, that's for the culture, though, bro.
Nah,
That's why I love the culture. I love hip hop so much, bro.
and it keeps you sharp too. I'm assuming that like even with drawing and shit like that, any creative outlet, freestyling and shit like that, it keeps you on your toes to where you can improvise really well with anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what's funny is that when we chill, like I never wanted to freestyle, but right now because I got a little beer in me and we're chilling and talking about hip hop. Yeah, I don't give a fuck because it's like hip hop, dude.
Yeah.
Even if you come off whack, you just gotta put your best foot forward and just
Well,
spit
you know
it,
what?
bro.
I just came off whack right now.
There's dudes that don't pursue rhyming full time that can out rap a lot of dudes. And like my cousin Vic from the Greenhouse Projects, he told me one time because he's a producer, and he's like, "Yo, if I can out rap you on my beat, then I'm not giving you any of my beats."
Yeah, that's
and like, yo, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, dude,
so
that's actually...
has any MCs ever really hit you up on some like, "Yo, you should do some shit for me," and you check their shit out, and you're just like, "I'm not feeling it."
Now, you know what? When I quit my job, bro, and I had to make money with it, I wouldn't say I took the jobs anyways because I always feel like I have to have a certain respect for what you do. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
Yeah, as long as I hit that respect level of what you do, and I mean, you might not be the biggest name, but like, I see the love is there for the culture, man. And I know that sounds like a fucking cliche, bro, but I mean, it is for the culture. It's for the culture is the people.
At least they're trying. They're putting in work.
Yeah,
I mean, someone's got to produce them. Someone's got to engineer them. Someone's got to promote them.
So
And
I kind of lend myself to it.
And if you see the growth too, like where it's like, you know what, right now, dude, he's not at the level he can perform at, or he or she, and you're like, you know what, but if I check in another 2 years and they're still at it and they're a lot better, they're a lot sharper, you're like, you know what, like, yo, that's dope, kid, that you kept going. And
you know what, for the record though, bro, I never did anything for anybody that I thought was whack though. So anybody I've ever done work for, I never thought like, yo, this shit is whack. Like I always
scroll up. It's the one in the top right.
Oh yeah, there we go, right there.
Yeah, you go.
That's that Wu-Tang shit. So that was the original art right there. But Math had me come in and kind of remix that cover. He had me.
Though. That's tight.
No, that shit looks dope. I think it looks dope.
Big time. That's the original, right?
That's the original. That
so where's the energy? Where's the remix? The one you.
The one right. Yeah, there you go. That's me right there.
And honestly, like, and I say this not because you're here. The first one I saw, the original, no diss to whoever did it. I liked it. It's not terrible, but I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think it's because it looks more like colored pencils, and it just kind of looks like something a kid would draw in his notebook and like, you know, whatever. But I feel like yours has a little more definition. And if you look at how because a lot of people don't know the word or whatever, neither do I. But you see how you all the corners, the way you use the top left, the way you use the top right, the way you put them at the bottom, the way you centered the mathematics.
Thank you. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how to tell you, but it catches your attention and it's drawn to certain places.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it's cohesive and it makes sense. And like
that's why I know you get down with the arts deeply. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes some thought to like not just look at it and say like, oh, that looks dope. But when you start to dissect it and say like the balance of images, it pulls you in, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where it's like the underline, literally the bottom line of the artwork is the clan, is the crew.
I love that shit.
So that's I think that's what's missing from the other one. It was kind of a little more all over the place, and it's dope because it looked like an action shot of them kind of like coming at you.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have a question. Excuse me. The logo, they asked you to keep the same one?
Yeah. He told me to do the same one, and basically
same color scheme.
Yeah, same color scheme. I did a different cover, same shit, but I had a darker sky, and the dragon was actually a different color. But we held on to that. I don't know if anything's gonna become of that, but he had me adjust it to kind of match the first one because he didn't want to abandon the original visual to like throw people off like it's a totally different.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me that, but I'm thinking common sense is
makes sense.
Yeah, he wants to keep it kind of uniform with that shit.
Yeah.
So pull up that Raekwon one. The
from the comic book.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm telling you,
you could just go to his IG. We could just scroll through his IG for a minute and just kind of like cherry pick the ones that we like.
Say what?
It should be like towards the top.
We also got a single called "Hood Go Bang" remix.
Dang.
I got all kind. That's my Czarface comic book. That shit
Slow it
came
down
out
a little bit, Dre.
I have a question for both of you. When you guys get in your element of writing or drawing, what do you guys play in the background?
Damn, I don't know.
What do you listen to?
Because we live in different. He listens to a lot of soul shit.
I
do too.
That's dope.
Let it go ahead, bro.
Excuse me, bro. You know what? I kind of got burnt out on hip hop, bro. Like
Same.
kind of following it.
Same.
Like everything I listened to was like from like mid '80s to like early 2000s. You know, I'm hip hop to the core of my heart.
Yeah.
But like as far as following, like Now's got something out. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just not. The love is not there no more. It's there, but not to follow artists. But when I draw, I listen to like a lot of like classic rock. I listen to like a lot of classic soul.
Nice. Fly guy.
Like a lot of like 60s and 70s shit. You know what I'm
Stop
saying?
right there, Dre. Hold it right there.
When I'm drawing, it's relaxing, dude.
Yeah.
I know we were able to get the Fly God picture to him.
Yeah,
by
that was
chance,
dope.
bro.
What
By chance.
genre
was
you
dope.
tend to like
I
gravitate
wanted to make
to
sure
most
that
when you
happened
draw?
too, one way or another.
What
if you-
genre do you tend to gravitate to when you draw?
What artists?
Yeah, genre.
Classic soul, like 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
That right
Okay.
there,
We
bro.
grew up on that, right?
Like Northern Soul,
Predator?
or
Looks hard.
fucking Sweet Soul, or
We grew up on like Motown and all
Nice.
kinds of shit.
Curtis
dude.
Mayfield,
Yeah.
you know,
Nice.
okay.
some Temptations, Marvin Gaye.
Oh, you know what?
A wide range of stuff too.
A
man.
wide range, bro.
Dope.
But even like him, he's
Dramatics.
older than me. My
Yeah.
sister older. She listened to like Madonna and New Kids on the Block. So we got generations, and then my mom and pops listen to a lot of dope soul shit.
Yes.
So
What about
like,
Spanish
You
wise?
kind of DJ
Spanish?
For the
We don't
fam,
speak
but you do
Spanish,
your
dude.
thing,
No, but I
it's
mean, like,
no.
yeah, you know what's crazy too is I can't vibe the Spanish music.
Mande?
bro.
Spanish?
I can't,
Sí,
right?
está bien,
See?
compa.
Yeah,
Dude,
see,
I can't vibe the
I
Spanish
can't vibe
music
the
because
Spanish
like,
music, bro.
I speak
what
Spanish.
Spanish music plays is
But
like,
I mean, do you?
there needs
do
to
you
be
listen to it?
barbecue.
music?
I'm like,
Yeah, 'cause he said
expecting
he's-
asada,
I can vibe
Yeah,
to it.
like,
even
Something
then though,
like-
I still
I was
can't
like,
catch the vibe,
yeah,
man. I don't know what it
I'm
is.
not gonna-
But you have
I'm
to listen
Mexican.
to that gangster
I'm
shit.
just like,
You're recognizing gangster shit.
I'm
I like-
ready to get fed and ready to do
Oh
some
yeah,
business.
that's
Yeah,
guaranteed.
you know?
When you hear that and there's
Yeah,
beers,
when
you know carne
fucking-
asada's
when you hear
coming and
Sp-
shit.
like,
Oh yeah,
Certain Spanish
That's
music
true.
is like,
Yeah,
you hear
bro.
like the norteños or whatever. It's like, all right, yeah.
I like the old school Spanish shit, dog. Like Ramon Ayala and fucking Jose Alfredo Jimenez.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the old school.
Los Tres Haces, like fucking
One
Los
of my cousins
Dandys.
is gonna start
Oh,
crying.
like the old
Yeah,
school.
like,
I like my
He's
grandpa's
gonna start
stuff.
crying.
Oh, like because my dad loves that Mexican oldie stuff from the Moonlights to Los Freddy's, Los Muecas,
yeah,
So,
all that stuff.
I like
Yeah,
that.
los
El
estadios.
corrido del caballo blanco.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
yo,
go. You want us
hey,
to put the just the
yeah,
instrumentals you
bro.
can
hey,
see?
give him a shot and another beer, dog. He'll say,
Yeah,
okay,
I
all
bet
right.
he will.
Yeah, bro. Definitely.
You'll be like, put your clothes on, please.
We were at the Morisco spot right around the corner before we came.
Yeah.
Had a couple beers and shit.
And they're
I got-
listening to
I
some
had
shit.
no breakfast, so I already had a head change coming in here. It was funny as fuck.
Oh yeah.
That's dope. But that's dope. But like I said, you listen to certain kind of music when you draw. Does
Yeah,
that
oh,
inspire
yeah, yeah.
you guys? Does that inspire you to go to a certain direction?
Yeah, no, right now, because I'm working on a Killer Army album
Yeah.
now, right now. Because the Killer, all right, let me plug this real quick. The Killer Army single is called Musical Terrorists. It just came out like 2 weeks ago.
All right.
Nice.
But you know, they've always been doing their thing. But right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
as a collective, they're kind of taking a stab at it again, so it's growing. And I know they're trying to get that out in the light, but I'm doing that shit right now. So this morning, we got to get into that story, man. So I'm sitting. Check it out, dog.
Yeah.
Check it out, bro.
I
Check
wake
this
up.
out.
Nah, this shit is
It
crazy.
should blow your mind, dog.
This shit is naked midgets in the mix. It's
Yeah.
fucking chicken sandwiches on fire. This
You're
shit
talking
is
about
wild.
my people.
There
Say
was
that shit again.
midgets on
Say that shit
fire
again.
running by. Shit is
Yeah,
wild.
say that shit
No.
again.
Exactly.
Naked midget.
Nah, I'm just playing. Let me set
No,
the scene.
no.
Let me set the scene.
Yeah, let him paint the picture real quick.
Yeah.
Let him paint the
So
picture.
I'm chilling right now, right? I get up a little late. My wife gets up and shit while I'm drawing. I'm working on some Killer Army shit, some artwork and all that.
Right.
And I see Pawz, man. Pawz posts on Instagram. He's like, "Get Revolver live today at 3." I thought it was next week, bro.
Because I accidentally posted the flyer with the original date, which is September 8th.
Yeah.
So he's probably in his boxers
I
chilling.
was, bro. I was literally in like jamming.
Fan on the balls. He had fan on the balls drawing.
I was bumping fucking. You know, and I was actually listening to Crook's Corner with Exhibit, right? I don't know how you guys were.
Yeah, Exhibit's dope.
Yeah.
So I was listening to that shit and I saw the post, bro, and my heart dropped because I didn't know what time it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. So I checked it. I called him real quick. I'm like, dude, it's today. He's like, word? Serious? Like, so we can't. Yo, seriously.
Yeah,
I was like,
I was actually visiting my drug guy in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a score and everything.
So yeah, that's the story with that. So we were scrambling to get out here, and then we end up having beers on
And then you beat us.
So it was
And then you beat us
actually
to the show,
Yeah.
which is like,
And then we beat it to the show.
yeah. So they're like,
What the
he
fuck, Pop?
messaged me like, "Yo, we're here," and I was like, "Oh
You're like,
shit."
You're like, wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
But we still had to stop and grab some bullshit on the way. But
Yeah, I still have some coffee cakes.
Yeah.
Drug cats that made you on time.
I think you
And it
came.
was
What'd you come out with,
Kid
like a
and
hot dog or?
oh yeah, we had some gas station hot dogs. That's usually
That's
tour
right.
food. To be honest,
Yeah,
like.
sure.
That's
Yo,
grimy
the
shit, bro.
tour food, oh my god, like that shit'll just rot your guts. Like
Give you the bubble gum.
beef jerky and trail mix and like hot dogs. And
You're
Yeah.
solid
AM,
for like
PM,
2
yeah.
days.
Bro, you're shitting like
Gas station chicken
Yeah.
sandwiches.
You don't even eat.
Sounds like my ex-wife's cooking.
Oh.
That's why she's my ex, bro.
Damn.
it's rough.
Damn.
Oh,
Wow.
there
Yo,
you
so
go.
we got
That
some people.
happens.
We got some people calling in right now to win tickets to the Apathy self-titled show
Oh, yeah,
coming
you
up
gonna
this
be there,
Saturday.
right? OC?
Yeah, performing
We're supposed to
both
go.
nights.
Yeah,
Performing
both
both
nights.
nights.
You gonna be a catch one too?
Yeah, I'm gonna do both nights,
Oh, dope, man.
Saturday and Sunday. So
Damn.
we're gonna be doing those. We got some people calling. Check out the IG feed. I'm posting the number. I posted it for the past few minutes. So if you guys want to call in now, Dre will take your calls. And
Call it.
first person to call in wins 2 tickets to that show.
Yeah.
And then we got the branded event, which is yeah, we could take that call. Yeah, let's do it.
Call it. You gotta have fire. You gotta spit some
yo,
shit.
what up?
Yeah, right?
That's fine.
What rhymes with orange?
Go ahead.
Damn, that's all.
We're taking this call.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's take it.
Yeah, what up?
Yo.
Yo, caller, identify yourself.
Yo,
I did
well,
myself.
you guys all know me.
Caller.
That's probably scam likely.
You gotta
Scam
yeah, fuck
like
it.
Too good.
Nah.
I can't hear him now. Let's turn him up.
This is
Yo, turn
Yo,
my
this
headphones
is-
Yo,
Lou.
so you have
this is the homie Lou 626. What up,
Oh
man?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hey, you know what?
Business. Yeah.
You know what? You can't win tickets, bro.
No,
You just give him
I'm
tickets.
calling.
I'm just giving him shit.
You know what? He's a huge supporter. So you got the 2 tickets. I don't know who you're gonna bring with you, but you got 2 tickets to the
what?
show.
You giving it to him?
Yeah.
2 tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
So
2
he gets a
tickets.
ticket and he
Oh,
brings
yeah.
both of us?
He can. I mean, I got 2 tickets.
How about 3?
Damn.
When are you guys gonna be standing
Yo,
outside waiting for
you
that
guys
extra
rolling
ticket?
or what?
Hopefully.
That's happened.
Should be
That's
there.
happened
Yeah.
before, man. That's happened before.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a hip hop show if that didn't happen.
He's supposed to be here with us right
Yeah.
now, but he has some business to take care of. But I was hoping the homie Dub was be here chilling. It's
But
all
hey,
good.
Dub,
You know,
Pawz.
he's been
Definitely
checking it
wanna be
out
there.
the whole entire time. So
That's dope.
major
Yeah,
major
I've
supporter.
been there chilling. Yup, big time.
Yeah, Dub's the reason
No,
why I
man,
got my
but
whole
yeah, man.
relationship with Chino, man. Dub met him at a bar, and he told him I rhymed.
Oh,
And then
dope.
Chino gave him his number to give to me, and then I called Chino like, I
That's
rap.
what's up, man.
Chino, I rap.
Caller, are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah. So are these tickets for the show on Saturday?
yeah. This is for the show in Santa Ana on Saturday at La Santa.
Okay, yeah, that works. Perfect. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, so start making the
thanks,
plans.
appreciate that.
So you know,
So,
you can bring the
appreciate
girlfriend. Leave the wife at home. Bring the girlfriend.
Don't take Sam
Yeah,
to the beach. Don't bring
Yo,
Sam
I'm
to the
not trying to
beach.
get nobody in trouble. We'll fuck
I
around.
to the beach.
Immediately threw that out there.
Yeah. Hey,
Yo, so look, you can get one of these
Yeah, yeah.
guys in for free, and then
Oh,
have
Lord.
have him just buy all the drinks, buy all the
That's
beer and
what we
shit.
do.
Yeah,
That's the way-
exactly, huh?
Yeah,
That's how it goes.
That's the way we always do it.
Caller.
We always do it like that.
Caller, can we get your top
Hey, what's
5
up? What
MCs?
Top 5 MCs.
All
man,
time?
You already know, man. It's we have to go with Chino in no order, but top 5. You know what I mean? Chino, Razzcast, Crooked Eye, Redman, and we'll throw in Sick Jacket in there. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
Is that
sick
4 or
chicken.
5?
that was
He's a
like
red man. Solid.
Oh,
solid,
yeah,
solid.
Yeah.
That funk.
What about Black
Yeah.
Dot?
Oh shit! I just
Yo,
seen Black Dot.
Black Black Thought was 5 feet.
I think Black Thought is automatically in everyone's top 5 by default. It's like
there's a couple that you have in your top 5 that you don't mention because you're like,
so it's the elephant in the room created by a collision of the sun and the moon.
Black Thought, Royce.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those that got better with age, like Royce.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
Like
Royce
Royce
is
was
another
evidence annihilated. He got better with age. You got these guys that they've gotten better with age.
Yeah, I feel that. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, we appreciate you calling. We're gonna jump back and wrap up the rest of the interview. I got to give away 2 more tickets, but thanks for checking us out, bro.
Keep repping the 66 that you need, Wardy.
Caller, one more question. Top 5 sexual positions? Go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lazy dog.
Missionary.
The lazy dog.
Lazy.
Look it up. Look it up.
Jordy Sanchez.
Let's hear yours. Let's hear your top 5.
Donkey Punch. You guys ever doing Donkey Punch?
All of them. Just add Donkey Punch.
Jackhammer.
Thanks for calling in, bro.
What about the jackhammer?
I feel like Black Thought was grown in a laboratory, dude.
Yeah, no, Black Thought is one of those.
I feel like the hip hop gods like came down to earth and they like created him from like the earth and they molded him and then they said go around.
Every element of hip hop.
Yeah, they got a little of this element and they're like
fucking aliens made him.
Yeah,
I seen him. I went to see the Roots. I went to see the Roots on Friday, and
where were they, man?
They were at the at Harrah's down there in Funner. It's like past fucking dope.
You were in San Diego, right?
Yes, it's near San Diego, about 45, 50 minutes away. But he's up there, and the cool shit is like he was rhyming his verses in a different tone, in a different vocal tone, because he's probably rapped these songs 8 million times.
Yeah.
So to keep it interesting to himself, he was rhyming it in a different register at a different tone, but still hitting all the pockets, and then even kind of like flipping words in a different pattern too, and still falling within the pocket, and like kind of keeping it fresh for him. And you had to be there to see him flip it that way. Like if you hear it on a song, it's great, the video is great, but to see him live do it, you're like, holy shit. And then to freestyle with the band for as long as he did, and to just
I love that. It makes you kind of
he's a living instrument, bro. Like the dude is.
I gotta ask you, brother. Pawz, I gotta ask you, as an MC, you're very talented. If you could work with a couple, like say 2 producers to work on your next couple project, who would be your dream producers?
I think I've been wanting to work with like a Pete Rock. You know, not like a Pete Rock. I mean, I guess that's the thing that we talk about in the studio. The reason why we say is because the odds of really catching somebody like that, willing to work with somebody of my caliber, who hasn't really established himself as a bigger name or whatever, we always say yo, it's like a Pete Rock or like a Marco Polo or like a this or that. So it's kind of hard for me to just pin it down. Like Muggs, I'd love to do some shit with Muggs as well.
Muggs is on one right now.
Muggs.
Yeah, Muggs is a beast.
He got his foot on the gas right now with the releases.
I think, but not to go too far off. It's kind of touching on the same thing. I think being an MC, large pro for sure. And it was dope to do the show and have him. It was dope to have us do a show with Large Pro back in the day, and to really have. He went up to do his set and shouted us out. Like the start of his set was like, "Yo, so and so, that shit was fucking dope." And to me, that kind of like validated what I was doing as far as the work. So I was blessed to have that happen, but. I feel like some of those cats that are in that generation won't necessarily step down from Mount Olympus and really fuck with somebody like myself. Afro maybe, because he has the hype behind him and things like that, and he's talented. But somebody like me, I feel like they're kind of like, you know what, step your game up a little bit in terms of like the buzz or the budget, and then they'll fuck with me. It has nothing to do with talent, because there's a lot of dudes that are really talented that they have yet to work with. So that's why I say just to kind of clarify that. But I would love to work with Muggs. I'd love to work with Pete Rock. There's certain cats like Alchemist, Large Pro. There's a ton of dudes.
You got to give yourself a little more credit, bro, because you can rhyme. Because if you think about it, when Nas first started working with Primo, Large Pro, who else? Q-Tip. Remember his debut?
Yeah.
Although he was known around the way, he was really nobody either.
Yeah.
That's
very true.
And you don't know the chemistry. people just have chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
I think the first time I caught you live, you spit at the Terrace, right, in Pasadena.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw you live, and I knew who you were, but I hadn't seen a live performance. And when you spit, I was like, oh shit, like yo, his
wordplay is like
legit.
Yeah,
like I was like, okay, he got it.
Yeah, so that was like, for me, it was always been like, all right, look, let me just kind of pierce through the veil. And like, I know I'm not gonna walk away with a record deal or no crazy shit like that, but it was like, all right, look, I'm gonna use this as a weapon, and I'm gonna say what I want to say, because there's a good chance that I might not necessarily get so and so might not be in the back of the room because this ain't the 90s anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's
but
no suit and tie
at the
there,
Terrace,
unfortunately.
But at the Terrace, what was crazy was fucking Hitman from the Afterman camp. So I did a show there. It was like some type of weird showcase thing. I signed up for myself on Craigslist because I stay hungry. I'll go perform under an alias. And I showed up one day, and there was a lot of terrible cats rapping over their vocals and like mixtape beats. And so anyway, I did my thing and I got off. And there's this dude who was kind of in the same spot the whole entire night. And I went back and he seen me and he came over. He's like, "Yo, good shit, Hitman." And I was like, "Cool, yeah, I am a hitman." Yeah, just like a hitman. Yeah. Nah, and then he's like, I was like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." He's like, "No, I'm Hitman." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And like,
wait.
started talking. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I had never really seen him, but come to find out, he was going to those things to kind of see who was doing what. Yeah, and that's kind of how the whole situation with Eminem and fucking what's his name. Otherwise, like they would send scouts out to see who had ability, even if they're just going to become writers, not necessarily to make you a star, but like, yo, we need cats to sit in the lab and just freestyle and bounce ideas to
utilize you in some way
to create these records. And like, if I could be a part of something like that, that'd be fucking great. That shit is dope.
Oh yeah, that's when my man Midas the Beast.
That's fucking nuts.
That's why. Yeah.
So
half man, half reptilian.
So hold on, he gave you that. He gave you that image. And just was like, "Yo, do your thing."
Yeah. The crazy shit about Midas, dude, is like I've been getting down with him for a minute. Like he's kind of like I wouldn't say kind of like, but we get down as like a tandem. So me and him basically working like a unit with me, Midas, and Sharp. Sharp just released some dope shit. I think he has Etho on it. And Midas and a couple other cats, that shit's solid. I fucking can't think of the name right now. Anyhow, but when I get down with my homeboy Midas, he always gives me like off shit. Like he don't.
It's a challenge. Yeah,
he don't
that's
give
dope.
me shit that's in my lane. He's just like, yo, I want this, and I'm like, dude, I don't do
but
that.
See
shit.
but that's why.
But he gets it out of me.
But out of everything on there,
like, it's like,
but see, that opens
like,
up
you
your
know, this ain't
mind
man
to expand to other things, right?
And you know what's crazy, like you said, is that the work I did with him, that shit's not my style at all. But it makes me look like I got a wider range of like kind of like abstract creativity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So that shit's dope though.
That's a photo. What I did is I actually drew with just a ballpoint pen. It was just sketches. It wasn't even like hardcore thinking. I just drew like images and then I brought it in from Photoshop. Basically pasted over it, but it just brought it down. But I like because it's like loose and sketchy and it's just like abstract kind of art. It's not
raw. I mean, to be honest,
I like it.
To be honest,
it is raw. Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah, that one to me, because it's off, is the most on. Like as far as like. It feels like it doesn't you know when you shuffle cards and they have the instruction card in there.
It shit just sticks out like.
Yeah, you're like it looked dope as fuck. Like it should be one of the cards, but it was just the instructions or whatever. That's what that kind of looks like. Where it's like he challenged you and gave you a basic image, and you took it in a different direction and you left it open ended. Where like, yo, why is dude half monster?
Yeah.
Like who the fuck is that guy? And what is this? What am I looking at? I want to hear this. Like so.
Yeah. Actually, right there, that's a big pen and then color pencil, and then I scanned it and kind of fuck with the range of the values of it.
Who is that dude, by the way?
Fuck, man.
Just some random dude?
Nah, he's a writer. He's a really, really, really well-known writer. My homie Midas put me up on him, Bukowski.
Oh, shit. Yeah. He's from L.A.
Is he?
Yeah, he has it's Charles Bukowski. He has a pissing stall at one of my favorite bars in L.A. It says he has a plaque right above the pisser, and it says
because he was in those.
Charles Bukowski.
He's frequenting those. Charles
shit. Charles Bukowski pissed here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, like Midas told me before I did this, he's like study him because he's like a wild writer, and that was actually the theme of this project, of him being so like just a fucking wild writer and shit about weird stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, matter of fact, I got so much work going on right now, but me and Midas. We got like, well, I should say he got it because he does the heavy lifting with spitting. He's got like fucking 6 projects in the can. I got work on most of them. He's got some shit with Sadu Gold coming, but right now we got one coming. It's called Where the Sidewalk Ends, and I'm on that shit. And it's just crazy with Midas. He just has me doing weird shit that I wouldn't normally do. Challenging. And it just challenges me. Yeah, it does challenge me.
Do you feel more comfortable after doing that? So many
Nah, he makes me feel uncomfortable. Period, bro. Yeah. He'll be like, do something with this picture. I'm like, I'm not a graphic artist.
Yeah.
I draw shit, and he'd be like, just make it happen.
But don't you like? Are you getting used to it?
Nah, dude.
No?
I'm not, bro. Basically, when I go into every project, dude, there's a level of fear in me of like, is this gonna be as dope as what I did before?
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, me personally, like the one that you did for that half man, half reptilian.
Yeah, look reptilian.
As I'm sure that's out of your pocket, like you said, because you're used to doing like work with like hip hop heads and stuff like that. But I think that opens a new door for you personally, and it gives you, like you said, a wide range of people coming to you and be like, I want this, and I need this. So I think that's perfect for you, bro. You know
what I think, like long range, bro. Like I think long range, when all the resume adds up and you can sit back and look at what I've done, I think that'll help for that. But like right now, it's too hard to get people to really look. Like with you guys starting the podcast, it's like you got to get the audience.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, you guys do great work. Like I listened to the first podcast because I know you guys are new, and I love the shit. You know what I mean? You guys interviewed a band that I never heard of.
Yeah.
But I was interested in the shit, you know what I mean?
Dope.
So I'm thinking like,
Appreciate it.
you know, these cats are dope. They're giving good content, but now they got to capture the audience. So that's where I'm at. I'm out there just like with you guys, as far as like building.
Try to build that audience and bring your That's the idea. If there was like an artist specifically you wanted to work with, who would it be?
Like, damn, an artist.
Either rapper, movie, actor, comedian.
I want to get down with the Psycho Realm, Sick Jackin. I want to do something for Sick Jackin.
Damn, that'll be crazy.
Because he's an LA cat, bro. You know
check.
He represents the roots of like us and shit. You know what I mean? And he's nasty.
Well, you know what I do know? What I do know about Jack and them is if you submit a T-shirt design and they dig it, they'll break you off and they'll print those shirts. So that I know as a fact. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Well, you know what? Actually, my homeboy is Agro from Disciples of the Sick.
Yeah.
That's my homeboy right there. The funny thing about that cat, which is it's a small world, is I used to work at Kraft Nabisco, right? And he came in working with us as a temp.
Nice.
So he came in as a temp. You know, I was doing my little 9-to-5 shit, and he came in, and back then it was funny because he cornered me outside in front of my car.
Damn.
I didn't know him at the time, you know?
Where did I run?
Yeah. So he hit me up. He's like, yo, what's up? I heard you rap. And I was like, what? Who told you I rap? I guess my homeboys around the job said I rap because I did rap. Matter of fact, I almost got down with Duke. Because Duke was trying to form, before Disciples of the Sick, he was trying to form something. And I got invited to go out. I was texting him back and forth, but I didn't do it. I don't know why I didn't do it, honestly, but my heart wasn't in the rap shit at the time.
Yeah, of course.
But I did some work for my homeboy Agro from Disciples of the Sick. So, but I really want to get down with those cats because that's like, you know, you already know what time it is. We're fucking
I mean that's like
dude.
That's legendary shit.
Sick Jackin's nasty. Right.
Yeah, I think he's one of the most underrated MCs. Period. Like I feel like he gets overlooked on a lot of stuff. I did an interview with him and I basically said
especially West Coast, huh?
Yeah,
especially out here.
Yeah, I basically said that in the interview. Was like, yo, and I asked him if he felt the same way, and you know, to a certain degree, he agreed. You know, like cats will overlook your ability because of your ethnicity. And they figure because of your heritage, like, yo, you can't spit or you can't do this, you can't do that. You should kind of stick to this one thing. For example, let's say Filipinos. Like, Filipinos are more well known for being ill DJs.
Nurses.
And dope nurses, as opposed to as opposed to
pick up your P.
being MCs or producers or whatever. And, you know, cats are broken outside of that. So, like, with Jack...
Shit, you can only think of two fucking...
I mean,
I've taught two like Filipinos.
Like Ill Mind is fucking dope.
Yeah. Right.
Ill Mind is really dope, and he's got some good credits. So like,
what's one of those names? Fucking Ruby. What's her name?
Ruby. I'm not sure. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, but going back to the stuff with Jack and them, I think that would make sense for you guys to be able to do something together, whether it be a T-shirt. You saw the new 45 they released that was drawn, right? You saw that.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean,
that was with
I'm not sure who did the artwork.
Cynic. I think Cynic.
Yeah, with Cynic, but I'm not sure who did the artwork. But it's within reach. I mean, you guys are basically a 10, 15, 20 minute drive away. Yeah. And I've been blessed to be, you know, at the drug lab a few times.
Yeah,
and like
the drug lab.
Those dudes are like,
I want to go to
I mean, Jack's, you know, one of the most humble, talented dudes that I've ever really met.
Big time.
So I think
very humble.
I think it's about to. It's a matter of time before you guys link up. And he's really busy, so it might be something where you might have to knock on the door.
I almost think like, fuck, man, how come he hasn't tapped me?
Well, it's because he's busy too, though. I mean, you got to imagine he's like, think about as far as indie acts outside of the Atmospheres and the Tech Nines and so and so's. Like, Jack's really one of the only cats that's still relevant, making noise and making moves. So there's a certain, he's got to be involved. Everything from the booking to the artwork to the booking the studio time.
He is the machine.
He's the machine.
Yeah.
So
He's the machine.
you might have to shout out to King Magnetic.
King Mag. What up, man? I know that.
You gotta you might have to extend the hand first and be like, hey, look, and he knows Chino and he knows a lot of the cats that you've worked with, so you might have to be like, hey, check it out, these are my services, this is what I do. Well, it would be an honor to work with you.
We actually, I wouldn't say we hung out with him, but like when we went to Chino's release party for the Black Rosary, I mean, Jack was there chilling with us. We were telling him what up. He was literally standing at the bar. So he's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I might have to get him and like turn his shoulders to me and say, let me do some work for you. You know what I'm saying? I think no. You know what I think? It just he'll send all the psycho goons on me. I just stomped out real quick.
I think it just boils down. I think it just boils down to you pretty much like have your shit already pulled up and be like, yo, so I'm a fan, and just kind of literally show him, because the art speaks for itself, bro. Like, and once he sees the tier and the caliber artists you've already done stuff for, I think he'll be more prone to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
Or just have
so for everybody tuned in, for everybody tuned in, tell Sick Jack from the Psycho Realm that he's got to get some ill artwork done by Gift Revolver at Gift Revolver on Instagram, all one word.
Tell him.
Let's go, Jack. Let's hit me, Jack.
Yo, Supreme.
Right now.
Go ahead and tell them where to check out your artwork too. We got to get out of here real quick. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Once again, I appreciate you guys. Let them know where to check you out.
Well, my name is Supreme Logic, like I said, from GB Visions. You can look me up on Supreme Logic IG. I got all my artwork on there. I do commissions. I'm trying to do my own thing right now as far as get into like comic strips and stuff like that. I don't do what he does, but I do my own thing. So I'm just trying to do what I do. I don't really have any. I have a recent project that I did. It's called Just Like You, featuring a kid named Max. It's for sale. It's about it's for kids with autism. To spread autism awareness. Written about my homie Jason Vance out of Monrovia. So I got that out right now. But as far as anything that I can plug or anything, not yet.
I mean, that's enough.
I got a lot of stuff I've done.
Plug that shit one more time.
Yeah, hit him with the Instagram so you can find everything.
Supreme Logic Instagram.
Is it all one word?
Yeah, just Supreme Logic.
All one
626. Supreme Logic 626.
There you go.
Supreme Logic 626. So I'm just right now. I'm trying to get more with him on the comic, on the Gift Revolver comic as a writer. Nice. He's busy with a lot of his stuff, so it's kind of hard for us to go full throttle on our thing, but it will happen. So yeah. So I'm just.
It'll come full circle.
And then one more time, tell them the Instagram where they can check you out.
Yeah, Gift Revolver on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and even Facebook. I'm not really active on Facebook, but so right now it's just me and my brother. Right now we do GB Vision. GB stands for Guitarist Bros. Dope. And we're trying to work on like some T-shirts, some apparel, I guess, and then some books. We're even going to be doing like a scary stories book and shit with like horror, sci-fi. So I plan on hitting that. You know what I mean? So I want to have the books. I want to have some clothing, and of course I got the hip hop lane.
Hell yeah!
So we want to make it. We're trying to make the GB Vision a company, basically entertainment, and whoever we can link up with. And I linked up with one of my homies from the Bay Area called. His name's Brandon. He's the one who hooked me up with mathematics. He represents All Out Foul, but he's doing our prints for our t-shirts. So look up him too, because he's from All Out Foul, All Out Foul on Instagram. But he's printing my shit up, and he's a cool guy. He plugged me with the whole Wu-Tang thing. So we're trying to get that going, dude. Get that company shit going. I do my hip hop shit, and then like if I can, I might take a commission job here and there. But we're pretty tied up. We're trying to make everything go forward. You know how that goes.
Dope.
That's what
yeah, there it goes right there. That's the All Out Foul right now. They do dope ass hats. He's like these cats do like they take like DMT. They like travel to Brazil and take DMT and talk about. They got a podcast too, man. So if you follow them, they're pretty ill dudes, dude.
Or the hyena is fucking dope.
Yeah, the hyena. That's the whole theme right there, man. The hyenas and shit.
The hyena is fucking
that's
dope.
crazy. Bro, so I got these cats are a whole new. This is a whole different animal of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. El chupacabras, beyond the chupacabras animal,
that's
right?
The Hispanic. The chupacabra.
Another thing, I'm trying to be I'm aspiring soft porn actor.
Yeah.
Look for my latest shit's coming out. I'm just kidding, bro.
And we're gonna wrap up right now, though. Pause. We wrapping up.
Yeah. So hit them off with whatever you want them to know.
Let me just say this right now. I'm working with Ninth Prince of Killer Army right now. They got something coming right now. We're working on getting something coming. I'm a soldier right now in that. So that's what I'm working on right now. I got something also with Midas the Beast, my homeboy.
Nice.
And I think right now that's pretty much what's on the horizon of an immediate release. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I got some shit with mathematics that's still in the cut with Wu-Tang related with the Wu-Tang member. I don't know if that's going to materialize yet, but that could be coming out, right?
Shit, all right.
I got some projects with Chino XL too that are in the stash. As far as I know, he's still using me for the visual representation of that. But that's in the stash. I'm hoping that comes out.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. And otherwise, it's just grind.
Non-stop.
grind.
But that's it right there. What's up, Preem? You want to go again?
Keep the GB visions rolling, and thank you for having us, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
So while we
Really
wrap
appreciate
this
it.
up, you guys go ahead and call in. Here's your last chance to win tickets to the branded event
No, I'm
at the
taking those
Industry
tickets.
Hills Expo Center. It's all modified cars. They got a car limbo contest. It's going to be hot chicks.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be
Hot-
alcohol, hot
hot
chicks,
dudes.
food. Hobby's there for the hot dudes.
Yeah.
I'm
Hot
there for the hot
dudes.
chicks.
I'm down.
There's hip hop. There's live bands.
had
There's a
me
bunch
at
of shit
dudes.
going on. So call in. It's 323
You're laughing, John, 'cause
743-3731. Calling now to win tickets to that. Once again, shout out to everybody that tuned in. This is the Pawz One podcast. Gift Revolver, Supreme Logic,
Call
Dre
in.
Day All Day,
Call it.
John Henry, Javi the Homo.
Oh man, come on, man.
Javi the hetero. I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Hetero hobby.
Super hetero hobby.
Hey,
All right, you can still call in.
I'm
All right,
confident.
We're gonna wrap it up. I gotta take a huge piss. But thanks again.
Or-
Peace.
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 Peace.